So, Toriganda?
Ugandan.
Tori
Agenda.
agenda?
Yes.
Dennis.
Yeah.
And then, how old are you?
I'm 51.
51. You don't look a day over 21.
21 what?
You don't look a day over 21. You look very young.
I'm very young. Oh, I'm very old. Yeah. Yes.
So, what is your position in the village?
For me, I'm head teacher of Hakahumiro Primary School. The school is just near here.
Okay. What school?
Hakahumiro Primary School.
How do you spell that? Write it down here.
Okay.
Whoop.
Oh, sorry. This school.
And then, how long have you been the head teacher?
I've been head teacher for 15 years.
15 years, wow.
But I have been at that school for 5 years.
Oh, so you've been a head teacher somewhere else before you came here?
Yes. There is a school called Kativa. Kativa is near Chisizi. Have you gone to Chisizi? Okay.
Is that a different village?
And Chisizi is where Blight comes from.
Oh, that's...
So there is another school just below that hill.
Okay.
That's where I've been heading. So I have been here for 5 years.
And then, so you've been here for 5 years.
Yes.
So what's your education background?
I have a Bachelor of Education degree.
Ah.
Yes.
From what university?
Ndeje University.
How do you spell that?
Ndeje N-N-E-J-J-E. Ndeje University. It's near Kampala.
It's near Kampala.
Yes,
So it's far.
Yeah.
Were you born in Kampala then?
No, I was around here.
Born here and then you went to Kampala for school and then came back?
Yes.
Were you born in this village?
No, there's another village, but it's neighbor this one.
What's the village called?
Botusi village.
How do you spell that?
B-U-T-U-S-I.
And is it part of the...
Parish?
Mugila parish?
Mugila parish, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you know how many villages are part of that parish?
And the parish has 11 villages.
11 villages?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how many people are in this particular village?
This one we are in now. This is Moringa.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of the number of people.
Okay.
No.
What about the village that you're from? Do you know how many people?
In my village, around 400.
400. Wow.
Yes.
How many children?
In the village? In the village around 220.
220. Wow.
Yes.
And do a lot of them go to school?
No, most of them are not at school.
Okay.
Some at home. Some have dropped from the school. Yeah.
Is that usually because of the school fees?
They are not school fees, but just the economic status of the people around here is very low.
Yeah.
So most of the parents keep their children for just domestic use, working for them, growing crops, working for money, and they bring for some bread for them if they were to buy bread. But yeah.
And then, so, are you married?
I'm married with 7 children.
7 children, wow.
Yeah.
How many boys and how many girls?
I have only boys, 7 of them.
7 boys?
Yes.
7 boys?
Yes.
How old are they?
The first one is 23, and he is now at university.
What university?
Kabale University.
Ah, good for him. What is he studying?
The second one is waiting also to join university. I don't know if I will manage.
To pay those school fees?
Because I can't,
Yeah. What is the one at Kabale University studying?
He's studying tourism.
Tourism?
Yes.
And how old are your other kids?
The kids?
Your other ones, yeah. How old are your other sons?
The older.
How old are the other ones? So
the other ones. This one is followed by twins. The twins are 21.
Oh, you have twins.
The other, they are 2. Then the next one, 19, 16, and 10, 6.
Oh, just a little one.
Yeah.
And are the other ones, are they all in school?
Yeah, all are in school.
So this one goes to
Primary.
At
It's just in primary 2 at my school.
okay.
Even this one at 10.
Is that primary?
Yes.
And then are these 2 in secondary?
Yes. This one's in secondary.
At your school too?
Yeah, in senior 4 now. But over them, these 2.
And then this one is what year? The 16-year-old?
16 and 19 are all in senior 4.
They're both in senior 4?
Yes.
And they're all at the school that you work at?
No, they are in Cavalry, St. Mary's.
Oh.
Yes.
So is it a boarding school?
Yeah, it's a boarding school.
Okay. And then the 2 that are 21?
The twins, one is completed senior 6, is just going for university, another one dropped because he didn't do well. I want to take him to an institution, a technical institution, but I've not yet got some money.
You gotta get the money.
Yes.
Does being a head teacher pay pretty well? Do you get an okay income from that?
No, not we are paid poorly, we are not paid well.
And is that because of the government then? Is it a government aided school or is
It's government aided,
okay.
but our government does not pay teachers well. Yes.
What else would you like me to know about yourself?
I don't get you.
What else would you like me to know about yourself?
You want to know more about me?
What else is there about you?
Well, you want to know what my other incomes I get?
No, just your life story. Just things about you.
Okay. I'm a person who likes people.
Okay.
I'm a Catholic. I'd like to know other parts of the world, but I've been failing to travel because of money. The only places I've traveled is around Uganda. I went to Queen Elizabeth National Park. I've been going to Kampala. The other farthest part I've gone is Jinja.
Jinja.
Yes.
We were in Jinja. Did you go Nile rafting?
No. Yeah.
You gotta do it. It's a lot of fun.
I was just visiting,
just to see.
Yes, I wanted to see the Owen Falls Dam. Yeah, where most of the electricity is generated. Yes.
And then, what would you like people who live in other parts of the world to know about life on Lake Binyoni?
I'd like the people from other countries to know what we experience here. Because if you know what we experience here, you can tell us about also yourself. Yeah. And we can compare. I met somebody from Canada, and he was telling me that the education is free. Yeah. The medical services are free. Yeah. But for us here, we need to pay everything. Yeah. And you pay and even you get the digital services. So I was comparing our health with the health of those people, and I found that for us we are still far behind. Yeah.
And then, so can you tell me a story about one of your happiest moments?
The happiest moment was when I got married. Yeah. Now, I married when I was 26.
So you've been married for 24 years?
Yes.
Wow.
26.
So you were 26 when you got married?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So wow.
I married in 1989.
So 24 years.
I was 26.
Woo!
People had started complaining that I was
You're getting old.
I was too old. You know, traditionally.
Yeah.
Some years back, one had to marry at 18, 19.
Wow.
So for me, I delayed. I wanted to marry at 30.
Because you were going to school?
Yes. But people started complaining, my parents were complaining. So I had to agree and I had to marry. So the day I married is my happiest.
How'd you meet your wife?
I met her at school.
Oh.
For her, she dropped when she was in senior 2. But for me, I continued. Then after secondary, I went to contact her again.
Oh.
And we organized our marriage.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
That's awesome.
So my second happiest moment is when I graduated as a bachelor's of education degree. Because to get the degree is more expensive here. I started when I thought I could manage, but it constrained me a lot. Because to raise money, pay for the university fees was a problem. But I tried. I could get some help from some friends until I finished. So on graduation day, I felt very happy. Yeah. I had transported my wife and my firstborn there.
Oh, so they got to see you graduate.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
That is wonderful. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
What is something that you enjoy doing every day? What is something that you enjoy doing every day?
Every day? I enjoy teaching.
Teaching?
I'm not supposed to teach.
Yeah.
Because I'm supposed to supervise other teachers. But for me, when I go to class and teach, I enjoy it very much. Yeah.
What do you like teaching?
I like teaching.
What do you like teaching?
I like teaching English.
English?
Yes.
That's good.
So I chose one class among the 7 classes we have. I got P7 class, the last on the That's why I teach. And I go there Mondays and Wednesdays. And other days I'm supervising the teachers and doing some other office work.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yes.
So when you think about your life, or when you think about your children, what are your dreams for them?
If I could get man and I contribute to their education, maybe they would have a brighter future. They would do on themselves. Like if they could get degrees and they get employed by the government, they can work for money, they can buy their own land, they marry themselves off, and do other things on themselves, not depending on me.
Yeah.
But people here, you find that a child is married, but it depends on the family, the father and the mother. The parents are poor, but they have dependents who are also married and they are also parents. I don't want to experience that with my children. But if I could afford to educate them more.
What is your greatest dream for them?
And that's my greatest dream is that all of them achieve higher. They
like
go,
university level?
They get degrees all. And the other one who failed to work to do well in secondary, if he goes to a technical institute, there are also some ladders. After completing one certificate, he can go for a diploma, for a degree also. But if I'm still alive and I contribute to them, then that will be good.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And then, when you think about your life now and growing up, what things do you want to be the same for your children?
To be the same. I would like them to stay safe, health-wise. So I've been advising them not to indulge in unprotected sex because you know the AIDS is killing people around here. So I'd like them to stay safe, healthy, and live well, and also they contribute to their children's education if they get married in the future. And I would like them to be good citizens of the country.
What things do you want to be different? What things do you want to be different for them?
Different? I don't get you. What do you want?
So when you think about your life
Okay.
and your background, what things do you want to be different for your children?
Okay, I get you now. The difference I'd like them to have from ours is that for us we grew up in a society that was not pro-education. But for them I want them to be in a society that is pro-education, whereby they need to learn and contribute to others to learn. You know, there are some people who, like me, I'm educated a bit. You find that I don't want other people to be educated. Just malice or jealousy.
Yeah.
So I don't want such a life to be with my children. I'd like them to be positive villagers who can share with others what they think they can benefit the village or the community.
Do you think that the society, the Uganda society, is becoming more pro-education?
Some are moving to that position. They will have communities just deep in the villages, where you find that over the 200 children in the village, only 10% is at school. But for the villages around here, like near the lake here, I find that of the 200 children, about 70%
Wow.
is in school.
That's good. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's good. And is it just because the parents are advocating for education and they see the importance of education?
They have been sensitized by the communities,
Okay.
like your community, the Ntusi, and Bushara Island Camp, Jonah Magara, Crater Bay. Those people normally come and convince people to take the children to school.
That's great.
So there are some people who are working with those companies. When they meet people like you, they come back, they tell us, you people, why can't we educate our children? Because the jobs are being done by people who are educated. So people tend to move to that direction. They want their children to work for such a companies. And in so doing, you find that they are moving positively toward that side.
That's good.
Yes.
You've already talked about this a little, but can you describe a moment besides graduating, a time that you felt really proud of something that you did?
Another thing that I did,
That you're really proud of?
in my life, there is one time when I abandoned teaching. There's a period when we were paid very poorly. We are now paid poorly, but that time it was worse. You'd find that at the end of the month, one would buy only one pair of shoes.
Wow.
So I had to abandon teaching, and I opted for business. But the business was illegal trade. We used to buy hoes. You know hoes? Used for digging.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We used to buy hoes and soap. We would transport them to our neighboring country, Rwanda. And in Rwanda, they were buying at an exorbitant price. So we made profits. So the first man I made me so happy. So that I had started forgetting the problems I had when I was teaching. So that I can't forget that moment also. I spent 4 years
Doing that?
in doing that.
Wow.
Until when I married, I decided to go back to
Teaching.
Yeah.
And then, what do you contribute to your village?
My contribution is I'm a secretary to some organization in the village. There are some associations. I am chairperson In fact, I initiated those associations.
Oh, wow.
Like saving, we save some money, which we can use to contribute to someone who is sending the children to secondary, and he or she cannot raise the school fees. So we help her or him with that money.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he pays some time later.
Yeah.
So I organized one association. We are doing that. Once somebody gets a problem, similarly we help that person. The association helps that person. So that's how I'm helping the society.
And what is the name of the association?
Butusi Community Development Association.
So the Butusi?
Yes, Butusi is a village.
Community Association.
Butusi Community Development Association.
Development Association.
Yes.
And do you partner with other villages and other organizations like in Tusi for that, or is it just people on this village?
So we just started visiting Tusi just recently. So I've been talking to the manager about that, and said if there comes somewhere that they can help us, they will help us, and they call all the members to Tusi, and they get some more education or assistance.
And then, how do other people contribute to the village? How do other people in the village contribute?
The villagers, they just help in growing crops, which is used as for home consumption. Just so the villagers grow crops, harvest them, they just keep, and some cook for the children. That's their normal duties. Another one they can do is like you've seen this path. We don't have roads here, but we have footpath. So the villagers normally help in making the path.
What is something that you would really like to learn about?
I'd like to learn how you would like to help us. In the capacity, you are the company can help us. Because if we can ask you to help us in a way you are not interested. But if we knew your interests and how you are interested to help the poor communities or the rural communities, that's when where we can tell you we have this problem, and you can help us in such a way.
So you want to learn how to collaborate your needs with other organizations to achieve?
Yes.
That's cool. And then, if someone was going to, so if someone from a different village was going to move to this village, what advice would you give them?
He's coming from another village to this village. We would advise him to adhere to what he finds in the village, because you may come with a different or a negative opinion to this village, and you find that everybody in the village hates you, does not want to see you. So if you come in a friendly manner, that's when you will learn more about the village. Yes.
And then, describe the biggest challenge that you are trying to solve right now.
The biggest challenge is school dropouts at our school. Most of the pupils drop out. Like my school, at the beginning of last term we had 610 children, but now we have 587. About 23 have dropped off. They are no longer seen. And by the end of P7, you find that like this year we have 26 who are not going to do the primary leaving examination. You find that only 6 join the secondary, or 10. Between 6 and 10 they join the secondary. The other just stay at home. So that's the challenge we have, because these the dropouts will be the hooligans in the next generation, because education keeps one busy, and after that education one can get a job, and you find that he lives positively in the community. But once someone find that his friend, whom he was studying with, is now a doctor, is earning money. The other one who dropped out is just here playing cards, begging for beer. That guy will try to see how he can harm the other one who pursued his studies. So it's a challenge which needs concentration, by the way. And it's a challenge we don't know how we can help to stop. Perhaps if we could get some, if the government would help and give free secondary education to all. All the children could go to secondary, and you find that the whole community is literate.
Why do the students usually drop out?
Just the parents don't have money to pay the school fees. I'm sorry, today is a holiday. If you had come to our school, I would show you around the school, the classrooms, and you find that there are people seated here. There are 4. This one has some books. The other one has only one book. Another one does not have a book. And yet they all expect to write what the teacher is teaching them. So that's the problem we normally meet in the school. You find that the people has a book, does not have a pen. The parents send that people to go and study. So the people just listens to what the teacher does, sees the expressions made, just keeps in the mind, does not try it anyway. So do you think that child can remember what the teacher taught? So there's the problems we have here. The parents don't have money. Even those who have some money, they don't prefer to take their children to school, because for them, they never went to school. The parents who never went to school, they don't want to take their children to school. Even if they take their children to school, they think that if a child knows how to read or write her name or his name, that's enough education. Just that because of ignorance. So those are the challenges we have, and the challenges we need to solve if we want a good community here.
When you think about the future, what worries you the most?
Sorry?
When you think about the future, what worries you the most?
What worries me the most? These children who don't go to school, they worry me the most, because I pity for them. So I have to worry.
What do you think would put your mind at rest? Them going back to school? Would that make you not worry anymore?
I don't get you.
What would put your mind at rest when it comes to that worry?
What keeps my mind at rest?
Yeah, so when you think about your biggest worry, what would put your mind at rest?
I mind about the people who just don't take their children to school, and I advise my colleagues and my friends to advise normally these people so that we can cope with the future problems. And the people I worry about foremost are the children, not the parents, because for the parents, their time is nearing to be over, but the children will continue to live, and they are the future generation. So I have to worry for them.
So telling not only the teachers, but the government and then the parents, getting them all together on board for education and educating their students would make you worry less about the future generation?
That one, the government knows, because we have been holding some forums where we meet some parents, government officials, education officials, teachers and head teachers, and we discuss about problems concerning the education of our children. We just highlight the problems we are facing as head teachers. The teachers highlight the problem they are facing in class as teachers. The parents tell us what they experience when they are sending the children and why they don't send their children. The government officials tell us of the plan the government has. So we normally come with a way forward whereby we advise the government to reduce on the school fees hiked by most of the secondary schools, because there are some secondary schools which ask for 1.5 million Uganda shillings for school fees per term. And there are others which ask less than 100,000 shillings, but still the parents cannot have that capacity of raising that money. So I advise the government to give us a system where education is equally given to the children. We find that the children of the rich people are the one gaining a better education, and the children of the poor parents, even if they are knowledgeable, they are able to answer questions and do what they are clever, but they cannot join secondary just because the secondaries they would like to join are asking for exorbitant school fees. So we have come out with a strategy for the government to reduce on what they are doing, but we don't know whether it will do it. Another thing, we are opting for some sponsors. If we could get that, some who can sponsor the clever children, clever but unable.
Yeah.
So you get at least one who is sponsored out of 10. It's also still a problem.
So are a lot of the parents in the community on board for education? Do they support it and they're just unable to send their kids because of the school fees, or do they just not believe in education?
There are some who believe in education,
Okay.
but there are some, and there are men who don't take education as a privilege. Like if you could spend a day here, you'd find that the people you found here, by 5 p.m. they are still here drinking. They spend all day drinking. They have money to drink, but they don't have money to buy a pen or a pencil for their children. Do you think those parents value education? They know they don't. They are ignorant. Just they think that life is better when you are doing what you want.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, what is one thing that would make your life better?
If I could get the salary I want, if the government would pay me well, and my children have gained their education, then my life would be good.
And then what is one thing that would make your children's life better?
Still, it's education.
Okay.
Education would make them better.
And then lastly, what about your village?
Even the village, if nearly all the children in the village would get education, then it would be the best village. If all the children were educated, then in the future it would be the best village.
So education's really important.
Yeah. Yes.
And then, why did you agree to answer our questions today?
Why? And why wouldn't I agree?
Yeah, why did you agree to participate in
I
this?
told you, for me, I'm friendly. I'm ever friendly. Whenever you meet me, ask me anything, I answer you.
Okay.
Yeah. But I had been told that I had visitors. I expected you at school. Although it was a holiday, but I went to school, I opened the office, I waited for you.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry about that.
But I was told that you are
Blame Bright. It was Bright's fault.
Yeah.
And then, what is your hope for yourself?
My hope.
For yourself.
I don't get what you mean.
So when you think about your life, past and present, but more so to the future, what is your biggest hope for yourself?
My best wishes are find myself also driving, but just the hope against hope, because the money we are getting we cannot buy that. So my best wish is to live longer and see my future generation, my children and their children, well educated and living well with the community.
And then, what is your hope for Ntusi or from Ntusi?
From Ntusi? The Ntusi company has invited us for so many occasions. Another occasion is we get there are some workshops they organize, and they are helping us. Like there's one we went, it was about legal aid, where we were being advised about the laws governing the community, and another one was about it was about health. Yeah, those workshops are helpful a lot because we learn what we have been missing, what we never knew. So when we learn those things, we come and we put them in practice here. So we hope they would call us for more workshops so that we can continue sensitizing the people here.
Yeah.
Because what we get there, we help it to sensitize the parents here, the villagers who don't have children in school, those who would like to have children but they are not able, try to convince them and find that some they are sending more children to secondary school now, like previously, where we would find that only 2 children who completed P7 got secondary, but now we find that 10 are going. So we hope that in the future, all those who complete P7 got secondary, and they complete that all level.
Do you think it'd be beneficial if Ntusi had a workshop for the parents that don't really believe in education, to show them the importance of education?
Yes,
Is that something you would like to see?
It would be more helpful, yeah. And you'd like the Ntusi community, the company, to continue coming to our areas, our villages here. Because the people here, once they see people like you, they just feel happy, and some are motivated. They would like to talk to you, but they can't. So they send their children, go and study because you can talk to those people. Yeah. So it would be more helpful.
So you like Ntusi, and you think they've been helping a lot with your community?
Yes, and I helping us a lot. Yeah.
Do you have any other questions? I think those are all the questions we have. End of interview 12.